It's streaming. That's the first step. Can this open, bro?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this girls basketball matchup where Summit takes on Forest Grove. I'm Pierce Gordon. With me is Finley Gober. And we're in for a good matchup tonight where the Storm taking on a 6A team in Forest Grove, and a pretty good 6A team in that at 8-3. Storm sitting at 9-3 themselves. Finn, what's your take on the matchup tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good challenge for the Storm, and it's always fun. Of course, they were 6A just a few years ago, now down to 5A. So always fun to see them match up with a 6A team. And so far, Forest Grove showing up to the away game all the way from the Valley, and they're playing with a lot of energy. They're sticking in it early. Summit had a lot of offensive struggles early in the game, couple turnovers, but hit a big three to get things going offensively again. And since then, it's been barbecue chicken, and they're just trying to get to work out there, keep the defense flowing, and get the offense going rhythmically as well.
Yeah, Forest Grove doing a good job with the ball movement, able to spread that ball around pretty quickly once one of them gets trapped by the Storm defense, which has been very good all season, forcing Forest Grove to put a shot up with under 5 on the shot clock, and they're going to say that's out of bounds and will be Storm ball.
So here's Durfee bringing the ball up for the Storm. Double screen up top, moving it around. And here's Codes Flaherty on the drive. Back to Jay Durfee. Stug finds her sister. Shots up and it's blocked. Here go the Vikings in transition. Quick three and it falls.
Some good transition buckets there for the Vikings.
Yeah, and just a very confident shot from Davis. Always good to see, especially on the road. Like I was mentioning before, you want to get that offense rolling quick, and confident shooting is going to be a huge part of that. And here's a confident shot from the Storm, but that one won't fall, and it goes straight out of bounds.
Yeah, an interesting matchup here. Storm, normally one of the taller teams, but of course going against a 6A team, not gonna be that way for them, as Forest Grove with 3 players over 6 foot, and the Storm only with 2. See how that plays through tonight, as that pass inside denied by 2 Storm defenders. Vikings somehow able to recover it in the paint.
Vikings moving the ball around. Another 3. That one won't go. Off the back iron. And it's a jump ball. And they're going to keep that one with the Vikings. Forest Grove gets another opportunity on offense. Shot clock does reset. So here's Martinez up top. Hands it off. And almost a steal there from the Storm. They're going to call it a jump ball, and that will be Summit basketball.
As we know from the Storm's past games, their defense has been very good all season. And we'll take a look back at some of the Storm's past 3 games at the quarter. But right now, Storm trying to inbound it over the half court line and finally get it over. Passing around the top of the key to Durfee. Durfee puts up a 3. That one's cash.
Money for Durfee. And, you're seeing a lot of really confident shooting from the Storm. And it wasn't falling all the way before, but that's a good one to get going. And there's a steal.
Durfee again.
Oh, and the smokes the layup, unfortunately. Almost a 5-point swing for Jay Durfee there.
It's just evident basketball's a very mental game. I mean, you're able to go down, shoot a little step back 3, and then just very, very mental game there for the Storm.
All about the next play, though. Here's the Storm on defense. And another steal. It's Durfee again. Has teammates, puts it up, and draws a foul, so that'll be 2 at the line. Summit so far tonight, 50% from the stripe.
And I think with high school basketball and even college basketball, free throw percentage is a really big indicator of how good a team is. Because, I mean, you can really close out games pretty easily if you're able to make 90, 100% from the line. Yeah. As first one falls.
First free throw is good for number 2, Jay Durfee.
they both fall for Durfee there. 2 points on the board for the Storm. And pump fake. Ball up top, just under a minute left in this first quarter. Martinez from the corner, not quite. Rebounded by the Vikings. Shot clock resets. And the opportunity here to run the clock down. And another pull from outside. That one won't go. And there's going to be a charging call against the Storm. So Faulkner draws the charge for Forest Grove. And it will stay with the Vikings here. Shot clock is now dark. Another open three, and won't go again. A little sketchy. It's a jump ball. And that one stays with the Vikings yet again.
Yeah, Vikings are really getting after these rebounds and they're able to keep the ball on their side of the court. As both teams still settling into this one. So Vikings inbound the ball with 19 left. Around the top of the key, trying to drive inside. Storm playing their zone defense there. So now driving inside again, dishes it outside. 3 up with 1 on the clock, and that goes in. Almost buzzer beater there for the Vikings.
Yeah, massive boost there. Tie up the game at the quarter, and what a beautiful shot. That was a full minute of offense for Forest Grove.
As Forest Grove swung that to the corner and just put up the 3, that was cash from the outside. For the Storm, though, the Storm girls, we'll take a look back at their past 3 games. Been on a bit of a little win streak here. Most recent against Brogue, and then LaSalle Prep and Mountside. And if we take a look back at the to win 52-50 over LaSalle Prep, and that was a big one for the Storm coming in 2 games ago.
Yeah, this team right now looks super good. They're just coached so well, so disciplined, and they have a lot of weapons, especially offensively. They're not scared to shoot the ball from beyond the arc, but they're also patient with it. They'll move the ball around, and they don't play too fast either. Not as many turnovers as we saw earlier in the season. I think that they have a lot of potential to really do something special this season, with a high-powered offense and a really disciplined defense.
Yeah, the Storm last year, we both covered them last year, and this really young team kind of struggled a lot with a lot of the mental elements of the game and a lot of the pace elements of the game. And you see them now, still a young team, but really settling in with a really good record and ranked top 5 in the state.
Yeah, no, I think the chemistry is just on a different level this year, and I think that they play with a lot more, I guess confidence would be the word. They don't have the problems in fast break that they had before. They're not playing as fast as they used to play, not as many sloppy turnovers. And you see it on the scoreboard. They put up a lot more points, and they play a lot better defense.
Yeah, both girls and boys basketball for Summit, new coaches this year, so new system. We've talked about that a lot. The girls really adapting well to this system. But on the other side, the Vikings with some sharpshooters of their own, but the Storm defense able to force a takeaway. Just bringing it down the court is Richwine off to Durfee. Passes it outside of the corner. Corner 3 is up, and corner 3 is just off the front of the rim.
So here's a transition for the Vikings, really taking their time so far in this game. And here's a 3-pull off the front iron, rebounded again by Forest Grove. Ball is tipped, and Forest Grove trying to repair the offense here. Corner 3, and can't quite go. So Summit gains possession. Here's a bit of a fast break for them. It's a 3-on-4. Layups up and it falls, so there's 2 easy points there. Open the scoring here in the second quarter.
Beautiful pass from Richron there. Hard to believe she started on JV last year and worked her way up through the system.
Yeah, she's been such a weapon for the Storm this year and last year as well. She was able to come off the bench and do a lot of special things, and she does such a great job commanding an offense. Really great playmaker. I'm excited to see what she does for the rest of the season.
And another shot up and off the side of the iron as Vikings have height and shoot threes. Durfee with a 3 of their own, again off the side of the iron. Rebounded there by the Vikings, but pressured by the Storm and able to get out of it. And now have a 2-on-1 fast break, 3-on-2, and Durfee will foul. Don't hate that foul there from Durfee. Slow down the fast break.
Foul on Summit number 2, James Durfee.
So in comes Lucy Cross. Ballin will come out. And you'll see Emerson Williams come in as well, who we didn't get to cover earlier this season. She's fighting an injury. Back on the floor and an absolute weapon offensively. You saw it last season. So many explosive plays, deep threes, ankle breakers. She does it all. Exciting to see her back on the floor.
Yeah, a lot of this Storm basketball team really sick earlier in the season. As much, so good to see them all back healthy on the court. As Williams with the rebound up to Richline. A little Euro and a layup, and that was pretty.
She makes it look easy.
Yeah.
Summit with a 4-point lead here.
And the Storm really like to get out there and press and make teams uncomfortable as they do there, forcing the turnover.
Yeah, force Forest Grove's 7th turnover here tonight.
So now the Storm slowing it down, cross up top, out to Richrine. Richrine for 3, why not? And that one is in. As timeout Vikings, Richrine is having herself a game so far, as we'll take a look back in transition.
She pulled one of these earlier, one of those threes. It didn't quite fall, but yeah, it shows that she doesn't mind. Put up another one. It's nylon to extend the advantage to 7 for the Storm.
In case you missed it, we have a round going on for our Sparrow Club member, Juliet. The Sparrow Club helps to raise money for her medical benefits.
We've seen the Vikings pull a lot of shots from beyond the arc, and they've proven they can hit those. What do you think you need to see more from the Vikings to not get back in this one? They're right in this, but kind of stop that Storm run.
You know, I don't mind the 3-point, especially with the height advantage. They're going to get those shots off easy all game, I think. But I think they should take their time, move the ball inside. I mean, they showed that when they take their time offensively, it leads to good things with that buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. They haven't scored yet this second quarter here, and I just think they need to slow things down, maybe change up the personnel on the floor a little bit, see what you can do to just get some rhythm offensively and try and get some easy shots up rather than settling for these threes. They're super attractive when you're out there on the floor and you're like, wow, I'm wide open, I want to shoot this, but when it comes down to it, it's the teams that are willing to move the ball around, get inside, and get easy shots. Those are the teams that win basketball games.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. As we saw Richron really able to convert on the 3-point once she established that inside presence. I think that we need to see more of that from the Vikings. It's a little handoff there at the top of the key. Gets it inside. Beautiful passing out to the 3, passes it up, drives inside. Another pump fake, goes inside and gets the layup. Wow, that was a pretty offensive drive there from the Vikings.
Yeah, I think Betteridge might have heard me talking there because the whole Vikings team did exactly what I was saying, and that just really proves how good they can be when they're willing to move the ball around. That was beautiful basketball.
As Williams, step back 3, that one's cash.
Nylon.
Seen that from Williams all last season, and again this season. Step back 3, drains it. As Vikings in transition, get it inside, little post up, inside jumper, unable to fall, rebounded there by Williams. Storm in transition, don't have numbers. Gonna give it back to Williams, why not? And that one rims out. As the Storm mixing up their presses here, but always settling back into that zone that they've become really good at. Just suffocating teams defensively but that is a consequence of the little press defense there. You are going to pick up some fouls.
Yeah, and I think that's okay. When you're playing a team that maybe on paper is a little more athletic, a little bit bigger, you got to take those shots, you got to take those chances, and be aggressive defensively. I think it's been working really well. They've done a good job kind of suffocating this Vikings offense, and it really shows how well coached the Storm are, because they only have just one foul in this period, and I think they had 3 in the first quarter. So they're doing a really good job seeing discipline on defense and just making sure to get those stops.
And Richline with a beautiful pass again to Williams on the inside and unable to convert inside, but the foul is. We'll take another look at that. Vikings just forcing a 3, I think, of their own. Yeah. And then Richline in transition, able to get it to Williams, who puts up a shot. Pretty clear foul. Send her to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that looked like Mahomes. That was a great pass and a great catch as well. Leads to 2 shots at the stripe for Williams.
Got Chris Collinsworth over here. As Williams drains the first. Mentioned before, Storm team at the start of the season really dealing with a lot of sickness, a lot of people just out, a lot of inconsistencies, and able to really battle through that and put together a really good start to the season as Cross able to tip the ball and force a turnover. And the Storm now with the 10-point lead, momentum swinging right back in their favor as great effort there from Davis, diving over the benches.
Yeah, definitely a hustle play.
Yeah.
Ball was sick with the Storm. That's Forest Grove's 9th turnover, so yet again proves how that press D and that zone D has really been a problem for them early.
Sturfy.
Oh, another one for Williams, and she's feeling it. 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. And she's going to keep doing that, and she's going to start commanding a lot of attention from Forest Grove and open up other opportunities for her teammates. And it's been kind of quiet, but the Storm have a 12-point lead now, and that one's going to stay with Forest Grove, but good hustle from Williams.
As Williams, like you were saying, will stretch out that defense a lot with her 3-point shooting ability, but also able to drive it inside and take the ball to the paint. So we see another hustle play there from Williams as the inbound pass. I think just trying to force that inside a little too much. Take the easy inbound. No need to try and force that inside there.
Yeah, that one was not as Mahomes-esque as Richline's pass. But I think Forest Grove really needs to slow down offensively. I mean, they're a very talented team, and I think they're a bit frustrated right now. And there's the foul there on Codis Flaherty.
Yeah, moving screen, just a sloppy play there. So we'll take another look at it. You just see not really get set for the screen, just kind of step into it. No need for that. And again, that comes with the young team. There's still going to be elements of that throughout the season that we see.
Another tough inbound there. Storm doing a great job defending that inbound play. And that's going to be a travel. Send it back with the Storm and send Forest Grove's turnovers to double digits, the 10th turnover of the night for them.
Yeah, really easy for me to say up here, but yeah, like you were saying, slow it down if you're able to jump stop there and not travel and force it or pass it outside. But again, really easy to say sitting up here, not on the court. Storm having a little trouble of their own. This Forest Grove defense suffocating as Cross drives inside and picks up the foul and go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and you can see on that play, Emerson Williams trying to move around, and Petteridge just giving her no breathing room. So we're already starting to put a lot of defensive effort in on her. And I think that's going to open up scoring lanes for players like Kaylin Chris. She's been such a massive impact offensively all year. Sent a lot of shots up earlier in the game. They didn't fall, but she'll keep shooting those and they'll start falling. And this free throw could extend the Summit lead. And it'll fall. That's a 15-point lead now for the Storm. Still sending the press. A little less intense now, but they'll trap at the half-court line. It's a free ball. and it's saved by Williams.
Williams inside to Cross a little reverse layup, and that one falls.
Yeah, what a dot and what a finish.
Yeah, got a little lost on the court under the basket, but more than makes up for it with the pretty layup. And now Forest Grove in transition, 3 is up, and they're going to call a foul on the shot. I think that was on Williams there, said she touched her arm.
Number 12, Emerson Williams.
Williams, really aggressive player, but still, I think that you could pick up the aggressive fouls, but that's just a foul you can't commit there with 2 fouls now in the first. One more, and she's going to need to have a seat for the first half. This first one doesn't fall, pretty symptomatic of this quarter for Forest Grove. Second one does.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes now in the quarter, and just 3 points in the entire second quarter for the Vikings. It's been a struggle offensively, and I think you could chop that up to them maybe forcing some shots, but the Summit defense has just been so dominant in this quarter.
And Becker and Durfee check in for the Storm, sending Williams and Cross to the bench. Each team with 3 fouls, though. So not really a heavily foul game so far, as Rich Ryan bringing it up for the Storm, cutting it down the right side, hands it off to Durfee. Durfee thought about the 3, decides not to, gives it back to Rich Ryan. Rich Ryan pulls the 3, and that one off the mark. Will stay with Forest Grove, and I think that was a little heat check there for her.
Yeah, I mean, if she follows the pattern that's been occurring so far, she'll probably ace the next one, so not to worry about. I think what you were touching on earlier with the fouls is a big point. I mean, that's something Summit struggled with earlier in the season. There was a lot of fouls going on. They had players fouling out. They were sending teams to bonus in critical situations. And I think that's something that they've cleaned up a lot. And they're really improving so much game to game. It's the offensive rebound and a drawn foul. So that'll send Betteridge to the line.
Foul on Summit number 23, Piper Richardson.
That'll be Rich Ryan's first. And again, we see the Vikings really have success on the inside here. Really able to pick up some fouls, go to the line, shoot some 3 throws. And that one rims out there for the Vikings.
Yeah, got to find the bottom of the net here for the Vikings. It's been really tough quarter offensively, and they just need to get some momentum, something to lift the spirits a little bit, and that second free throw will not fall. And they will call a jump ball on that.
So that will stay with the Vikings here.
Yeah, so here's the opportunity to, capitalize, hit a big shot, and get yourself back into this.
Yeah, and the Vikings only with 3 points in the quarter. Really, the Storm offense has been impressive, but it's more so the defense this quarter that's really extended the lead.
Yeah, I actually tend to disagree with you there, Pierce, because, they put up 19 points in this quarter. Yeah, and there's that capitalization we were just talking on. But they put up 19 points in this quarter. They've been super efficient offensively. They've been great shooting from beyond the arc. The ball movement has been good. The offense in transition has been good.
And the Storm coach running down the court to try and call a timeout and unable to get it. They're going to say jump ball, but that will stay with the Storm with 45.2 left in the half.
Yeah, I think that has been one minor concern I've had with the Summit offense is just a lot of times they'll have especially a guard bringing the ball up the court who just kind of gets stuck on an island. And there's a 3, and that one won't go either. Goes straight out of bounds, so it'll head the Vikings' way. But as I was saying before, you see a lot of guards bring the ball up the floor and just kind of get stuck on an island. And not only is that a risk for turnovers, but it just takes the rhythm and the momentum out of the offense so much. And Vikings have been doing a good job doing that a lot tonight. And there's foul number 5 for Summit, so that's going to be bonus. That'll send them to the line. Bit of a commentator's curse as we were just talking on their improved foul trouble, but just 23 seconds left in this quarter, so after the half, it will no longer be an issue.
And fouls, or free throws, excuse me, always a good way to kind of get back in it, really just see the ball go through the net like they just did, and also stops the clock and able to convert on some points. As Storm making a few substitutions. Shot is up, shot is good. 23 seconds left in the half. Shot clock is dark. No reason for the Storm to rush anything.
And that's going to be a travel, so right as you say not to rush anything, they're playing with a lot of intensity, which I like, but no, I think there you want to take the last shot and just make sure that you're not giving the Vikings any opportunity to gain a bit of momentum here.
As pass inside, tries to get it back outside, tipped by Cross. Shot is up, shot's off, rebounded by Cross. 1 second left, tries to get it down to Durfee and won't get it up in time, but a great first half for the Storm, leading Forest Grove 29-17.
And that will end the first half. At halftime,
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this second half of OSAA high school basketball action as the Storm with a comfortable lead over Forest Grove for now. I'm Pierce Gordon, with me is Finley Gober. And Finn, what do you need to see from Forest Grove to come back in the second half?
They just got to start hitting their shots. I mean, they're a confident team, they're an athletic team, and they're a really good team. They're 8-3 for a reason. That's in 6A. They got to play against Valley teams. They're a talented team, and they've just been struggling with hitting shots. They've been forcing stuff. The energy's been a little bit low. So if they can just pick it up, stop forcing things, take the easy shots, I think that they could be in good shape to make this game really competitive. I mean, they went on a little bit of a run towards the end there, made this a little bit more manageable. I mean, they were down by over 20 at one point, and able to get things back going offensively, tighten up the defense a tiny bit, but still struggling with turnovers. They got to just keep doing what they were doing at the end of that second half and just, play as a team is, I think, going to be the big thing for them.
Yeah, and I think fouls will be an interesting thing going throughout the rest of this game as Davis picks up her second foul, team's first in the half. Storm now to inbound. Give it up top for Richrine, as it appears that Forest Grove's gone into a little zone defense of their own. Out to Williams. Williams for three. Cash!
Oh, my goodness.
Great way to start the half for the Storm.
Yeah, it's been all night. She's 3 for 4 from 3 now, and I don't see her slowing up. And she's really starting to cause problems for this Forest Grove defense. I mean, she has been causing problems for this Forest Grove defense.
And that's how you break a zone. If you can shoot your way out of a zone, I mean, a zone cannot cover that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's been, the Vikings' problem offensively. They've been getting a lot of threes up. They're a bit taller than Summit, and, they've had no trouble getting shots up. They're not falling. I think that they need to find a way to break inside. If they could hit a couple of those threes in a row, force the Storm to come up a little bit closer or even play man coverage, I think that would be really big for them. And there's another turnover.
In transition, Chris able to get it to Richrine. Richrine with the layup. That one falls. Pretty basketball there from the Storm.
How about the pass? Just kind of floats it up there. Richrine finds it and finishes.
Take another look at the play. I think Chris loses it in transition. Yes, she does, and just able to get it to Richrine.
Taps it over there.
And that's all you need, just that little tap, get it over the defender in the 2-on-1. Vikings now need some offense. Lex not to shoot the three, out to the corner, passed a little low, so wasn't able to.
Yeah, and you can see, it's the details right now. And here's the 3 attempts. Yet again won't go off the back iron, and it's the details. You saw that pass there, an open corner 3, can't take it because the pass is a little low. It's ruining the rhythm. They really got to find a way to clean stuff like that up to just make shots easier.
In the minute that left Ring's hand, she was not happy with that one, but Chris able to get the turnover and put back in for the 2. It's always interesting watching a shooter's face the minute the ball leaves their hands. You can pretty clearly tell whether they think it's going in, and that's normally correct. As Vikings now getting inside, beautiful little give and go. for the layup, and that's what you need. That's what you were saying they need to do more. That little inside game, give and go.
Yeah, that's lovely offense, and that's just so fun to watch. I mean, ankle breakers and step backs are cool, but stuff like that is, it's like poetry through a sport, and you love seeing that. And there's a turnover, another opportunity here for the Vikings. Almost another turnover. And get inside, so there's a 4-point swing there for the Vikings, just like that.
You always feel that the Vikings are gonna somehow make their way back into this one. Right now, obviously, over 10-point lead, a little hard to get the momentum back on your side, but they hit 1 or 2 threes, hit a few more of those shots on a 4-0-1 right now. You just need to lock down on defense. Just easier said than done against this Storm team.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about basketball is, it can really change very quick. It's definitely a game of momentum. Start hitting a couple of shots like that, Storm start getting turnovers like this, where an over and back or out of bounds, you can get right back in this. I don't count this Vikings team out until the clock says 0-0-0.
Yeah, just a sloppy mistake there from Richwine. Lost where she was on the court to see Williams with some physical defense there. Vikings able to find a 3, and that one won't fall again. Rebounded by the Storm. Richwine now pushing in transition, has Williams to her right. Finds Williams for 3, and that one hits.
You betcha.
Williams is red hot today.
4th 3 for her. 12 points from beyond the arc alone.
And a beautiful little turnaround J, and that one again doesn't fall. Vikings getting some very good shot looks and attempts up and just unable to get them to fall. So Richwine bringing the ball up in a little trap. Smartly just throws it off the defender, out of bounds. Storm retain possession. And Williams is having herself a game so far today.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it on the floor. She's really starting to open up opportunities. I think teams play best when every single player plays really good, obviously, and that's exactly what's happening right now. This is just Summit team that's at full force on all cylinders right now.
And a good rebound there inside. Back out to Williams. Why not? And that one, ooh, off the front of the rim.
If you're a Vikings fan, every time she releases the ball from outside, your heart just drops, because you got to be pretty convinced that's going to be 3 more points on the board for the Storm, but not that time.
Yeah, definitely a little heat check there for her. But again, earned that right to shoot that shot.
Yeah.
As they'll call a pushing foul on Williams, and that will be Williams' 3rd foul. As Durfee will check in for Williams. And I think that if you're the Vikings, that's how you keep the 3-point shooting away, is just draw those fouls and keep her off the court. This Vikings now to inbound have had some struggles all day with that Storm press, able to get it in, dish it off in the corner. Christ trying to get the rebound, and they're going to call a push on the Vikings. So I'll go the way of the Storm. And that will be that will be number 42. That will be her 4th foul.
There's Chris up top. And another 3 for Richwine. It almost falls. Rebound is up, and that's going to be a foul. So 2 shots at the line for the Storm.
Fouls, fourth throw, number 34, Kylie Davis. Summit number 21, Rick Coates-Clary at the line.
And first one doesn't fall there for the Storm.
Pierce, what do you want to see from the Storm to just retain this lead, keep doing what they're doing?
I mean, I think you said it yourself right there. Just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't see, if you're in this position, I mean, you need to keep your foot on the gas. It's a game of runs. And I think that you again, you keep your foot on the gas and you make Forest Grove make a change.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to do it. I think a lot of teams get ahead like this and they get scared. They start playing really safe. But you just got to keep playing like it's a tie game, and that's the best thing to do. You know, especially when you're collecting like the Storm are. Why change anything?
Yeah.
44, Samantha Overhelmet to the line.
That will send Forest Grove to the line. And that's one thing that the Storm can't do is pick up fouls with 3 already in this quarter. As second one falls for the Vikings. And the Storm have really just took this lead and ran with it. As
there's the poke, transition layup, and it won't go. Teammates caught her back though, so 2 points either way. As Wright finishes it for the Vikings there. There's Durfee driving inside. Gets one up and it's tipped. Storm maintain possession. Chris swings it around. Cross looking for a screen. Back to Durfee, drives inside again. And back outside to Richwine. Finds Cross baseline, just 10 seconds on the shot clock. Layup won't go. And that's gonna be out of bounds. So the Storm will maintain possession.
Smart play there from Cross. You need to get a shot up under 10 seconds. Just get it off the side of the rim. I mean, that's a really easy position to get one up.
Yeah, I mean, this is super impressive defense for the Vikings. Something they've been struggling with is just sticking in it defensively on these long possessions. They're doing a super great job right now. And the 3 is up for the Storm. Nylon! 3 more on the board for Summit.
Just a pure jumper from Chris there. As that stumped any momentum that the Vikings had. Storm trying to double up top. Vikings getting it inside. Storm able to reset the zone. Find an open girl for 3, and that one off the side of the rim. Richwine content to let that go out, but a great rebound there from the Vikings. As the Storm really trying to jump these passes and really making the Vikings run around.
Yeah, so that's going to be out of bounds off the Vikings. Go with the Storm here. Richwine will bring it up. And a light press from the Vikings here towards the end of the third quarter. Richwine hands it off, Cross up top.
Cross picks up her dribble. Sets a beautiful screen for Chris. Chris inside and just unable to get the shot to fall, but pretty basketball there with the screen. And then Durfee able to fight for the ball on the ground and give it to Richwine, who's trapped in the corner. And we're going to get a timeout from the Storm. Storm diving for these balls on the ground and just showing the grit and effort.
Yeah, up 19, Khalid Durfee diving on the ground, and coaches love to see that, and so do fans.
So Storm now to inbound, get it to Chris. Chris with a quick 3 off the side of the rim and a long rebound there. Chris able to get the turnover though as Cross pressed by 3 defenders, gets it to Durfee and the Storm slow it down. Cross left open for 3, slows it down, smart play, wind down clock. Chris, same spot, same result there, but rebounded again by Cross, and that's gonna be a jump ball and should stay with the Storm. With 33 on the shot clock, 47.1 on the game clock. Storm with a 19-point lead in the third, get it inside, dish it out to Durfee, and smartly slowing it down. Look at the clock, take their time. It's Durfee now driving inside. Richwine has it, driving to the left, out to cross. Storm trying to penetrate the middle here. And this Vikings defense doing a great job of denying that. So we're down to 7 on the shot clock. Durfee drives inside and gets fouled on the layup with 4 on the clock.
Super good long possession there for the Storm. Take as much time possible off the clock. Just 4 seconds on the shot clock when that foul was committed. And Durfee misses the first. Looking to extend the lead to 20 here with the second. And neither will fall. Summit rebounds. Durfee grabs it but loses possession, and here's a transition for the Vikings.
Shot clock dark, under 10 left. Vikings going to need something type of momentum to go into half. 5 seconds. Shot is up from 3 and banks out as the Storm take a 19-point lead into the fourth quarter, just dominating in all facets of the game.
Yeah, I mean, they're really stomping on any of the hope that the Vikings had to come back in this, but there's a whole quarter of basketball to be played. We've said it over and over. This is a really good four-score Vikings team. And, it's just going to be up to the Storm to keep doing what they're doing, keep the offensive rhythm going, and close out this basketball game.
As we start the fourth quarter here, Storm with a dominant 19-point lead. Forest Grove gonna need to get some type of momentum here to start the fourth. As passing around the top of the key, trying to generate something. Unable to find anyone on the inside as a handoff, again at the top. Tries to pass it inside, denied by Durfee and Chris. Chris in transition has Richwine, decides to Euro take it herself, and that one falls. A pretty Euro step, and the Storm are just dominating the paint.
Yeah, that was great basketball. Defense was incredible. They do such a good job of just keeping the ball up top. The Vikings can barely get it past the free throw line. Another steal for Chris. Here she is in transition, wide open. 2 more, so a 4-point swing for Chris. A 4-point swing for the Storm.
And that is not how the Vikings wanted to start this fourth quarter. Down 19 to start, and that 4-point swing pushes it to over 20-point lead for the Storm. Storm's head coach is at half-court line clapping, really likes to see this defense. And as I say that, Vikings getting inside and picking up a foul with that height mismatch. And if you're Forest Grove, surprised we didn't see more of that before. Richwine, very talented player offensively and can definitely hold her own defensively. But again, there is that height disadvantage there. And if you can get an isolated matchup on the inside or in the paint with her, likely to pick up a foul or get an easy bucket.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of things that they could have done differently. I mean, obviously it's been a tough night offensively, only 26 points in the full game so far. But I really just wish that we saw more of and hope that we will see from the Vikings, just moving the ball inside. I mean, I sound like a broken record at this point, but they got to stop with the threes, get the ball inside, and take the easy shots. They have the height advantage, they have the athleticism, and they have the ability to, move the ball, communicate well, play as a team, and they're just not doing it.
Williams for 3. That one rims out. Rebounded by the Storm, though. Inside. Gets it up and unable to get it. I have an interesting statistic for you, Finn. The Storm are undefeated when scoring 47 or more points this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think that's I don't think that's crazy. I mean, when you score points, you win games. That's obviously how it works, and their offense has been doing such a good job, getting better and better every game. And there's a triple for the Vikings.
Yeah, Davis able to maybe spark some life back into this team as Richron drives inside, rushes it a little, able to get it out to Durfee, who slows it down, but then pass picked off by Davis again. Davis going down the court, gets a layup. Davis with a little 5-point swing of her own, and now a Storm timeout.
Yeah, huge play to cut the lead to 16 into the timeout.
Yeah, if we take a look at this, you see Rich Ryan force it inside out to Durfee, and then you see watch Davis here just reading that pass perfectly and able to pick it off and go down for some of the easiest points you'll get. As 5:34 left in this one, Storm with the ball. Up a lot. Game almost over.
Yeah, well said. Up a lot. And here's Richwine up top. Finds Chris. They're just keeping the ball up top, moving it around, and taking time off of the clock. And that one is tipped, but it will stay with the Storm out of bounds off of Forest Grove.
And you see a Storm head coach telling Richwine, no reason to do that. No reason to force it inside. With the lead you have, just take your time. Use the full shot clock. Still 11 seconds here. As Chris gets it inside, and the layup unable to go. The height of this Forest Grove defense really shown there. As stick around with 15 minutes after this game, we have a Summit boys game as they take on the Cascade Cougars.
Yeah, awesome doubleheader tonight. Really exciting, too. The first couple of home games after winter break. It's been a long time. Here's Chris bringing the ball up the floor for the Storm.
Yeah, I would love to see that more from the IMC or just the OSAA in general. Just schedule the varsity games back-to-back. Really gets the attendance a lot higher for both of them. As Richline.
I mean, it's super fun. The energy's always really high. The day before, the day of, and obviously at the game. It's just super fun for both teams and, of course, for the fans.
As Rich Ryan gets fouled, goes to the line to shoot 2. As shot is up and shot is good. As the Storm silenced that 5-point swing pretty quickly. That missed 3 is symptomatic of Forest Grove's game today. I mean, you look at Forest Grove's past games, they're consistently scoring 60, 50, 70, and a lot of their losses scoring 40, and most recently 2 games ago only scoring 31. So really, same thing with the Storm. I mean, obviously points win you games, but if you just don't have that offense going, it's really hard to get back into games once you get down. And I feel like as Storm Eddie Ring hits the deck, they're going to get a foul there on Forest Grove. But as I was saying before, I really think that second quarter was the turning point in this game. And really just Forest Grove couldn't come back from that. And a lot of that, I think, is mental. You see the talent they have. You see the threes they can make. You see the height. You see the inside game. We saw some beautiful basketball with some give and goes and some screens, but just the mental side of the game there really coming into play for this one. Just not able to hit the shots today. Ball wasn't falling through the hoop. It's foul there, as they'll call that a...
Chris breaking in the corner. Finds Codis Flaherty, who gets in a jump ball. That one is going to go to the Vikings, I believe. No, it'll stay with the Storm. So if Summit maintains possession, they just got to get the ball up top and start taking time off of the clock here.
Yeah, running clock is going, or should, nope, sorry. Clock was running there for a second, but then stopped. Chris up top, pulling it back. Wind down the shot clock here. Still 20 seconds on it. No reason to do anything else unless you get an open layup like that, and that will be an and one for the Storm. As Kennedy Ballum with a really pretty drive inside and pretty layup pushes the lead at 20.
Yeah, it extends the lead there. Puts the Storm past the 50-point mark.
As clock issue now, I see the officials at the desk. As they wanted the shot clock reset there. As the Storm now making a few subs. As still the official at the desk wanting something with the clock here. Putting a few seconds back on it. As free throw is up and off. As the Vikings now pass around the top of the key, driving inside, pretty little spin move out to Davis, who drives inside and then just loses it, trying to go up for it. Vikings get their own rebound, out again, top of the key, open three. That one off the back of the iron. And again, symptomatic of the Vikings day today, as Ballum going to pull up in transition, hand it off to Richwine, and they're just Storm are going to run that shot clock down.
Yeah, no reason to take any shots here, just run that clock all the way down. Although something tells me they might try and get something going offensively here.
Yes, Vikings press suffocating the Storm offense right now. As now Richwine gets it inside, Ballum with 4 on the clock and gets fouled.
2 more shots at the line with Ballum, fresh off that and one before. Looking to extend that lead to 22. Just over 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and would have been an interesting game if Forest Grove could have hit a few more of their shots. I mean, it's just one of those nights. I mean, happens.
Yeah, I remember saying to you, at the end of the first quarter, during the break, I said this is going to be a really close game, and it obviously did not end up being that. And credit to the Vikings, they played really good at times. They showed flashes of potential, and I mean, we know that they're a good team. They're 8-3, soon to be 8-4. And I just think it's really just been up to a really impressive performance from the Storm. It's hard to hit shots when you're just getting suffocated on defense. I mean, even when you do eventually find that open shot, it's just hard. You were saying before, basketball is a mental game. It's just so hard to keep yourself in it, especially when the other team is just doing everything right. And I think that's what the Storm did here tonight.
Yeah, and the Storm will walk out of this one as foul there. We'll send Forest Grove to the line. Storm will walk out of this one with a pretty good win on a 3-game win streak after this, with a win over a top 10 6A team, which is always good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great feeling, especially, you know, a lot of fans and players especially were a little bit upset, you know, after the switch back to 5A. Of course, Summit used to be a 6A team in all sports and now 5A, but it just feels good to just go out there, you know, win against a quality 6A opponent and be like, you know, yeah, we can still hold our weight in the 6A conference.
Storm now. Again, just no reason to force anything. Take your time. If you have an open shot, take it. Shot clock now ticks under 15. Should be the final few possessions here. And again, coming up about 15-20 minutes after this one, as Ring hits a floater for 2, we have the Summit boys taking on the Cascade Cougars. That will be on 15-20 minutes after the conclusion of this one on NFHS Network. As a chance for a and one here, as Ring will have a seat for the Storm, and I imagine that's the last we'll see of her today.